All right, let's dive right into this explainer and give you a direct, actionable plan to permanently clear out those creepy, many-legged bugs darting across your floor. If you live in San Diego and you're dealing with house centipedes, you are absolutely in the right place. We're going to cut right through the fluff and get straight to the facts based on targeted pest control data.
Here is our agenda for today. 1. Meet the house centipede. 2. The real underlying problem. 3. Are they actually dangerous? 4. The 5-step removal plan. And 5. When to call a pro. We are using a very simple symptom-to-cure approach today, so don't panic. We've got a structured, logical plan, and we're going to walk you through it right now. So, picture this. It's 1 a.m., you flip on the bathroom light, and boom, you see an incredibly fast 30-legged bug darting across the floor. Let's just take a second to acknowledge the sheer horror of encountering this 1 to 1.5 inch yellowish-gray blur. It is startling. Those legs are built for absolute speed, which is exactly why it catches us so off guard. But reassure yourself right now, this explainer will solve the problem. We just need to understand what we're looking at first.
Okay, Section 1. Meet the house centipede. Identification. Let's start by confirming exactly what pest you're dealing with because it is incredibly easy to mistake them for other local San Diego bugs.
Now, it's absolutely crucial to tell the difference between the 15 pairs of long, banded legs on a house centipede versus the shimmery, teardrop-shaped silverfish. A house centipede has exactly 30 legs fanning out from a narrow body, and it moves in these extremely fast bursts indoors. Compare that to the silverfish, which actually has 0 true insect legs. It's got scales, and it does this fast side-to-side wriggle. Meanwhile, garden centipedes have shorter, stouter legs, a segmented cylindrical body, and you're generally going to find them outdoors in the soil. You really have to know the difference, especially between the house centipede and the silverfish, because, as we'll see in a minute, identifying that silverfish correctly is a massive piece of this puzzle. Moving right into Section 2, the real underlying problem, moisture and prey. Let's see how our understanding builds here, because those centipedes, they aren't the main problem. They are a warning signal. I really want to emphasize this. The centipede is more symptom than threat. This completely shifts how we need to approach this whole situation. If you're running around just spraying or squishing individual centipedes, you're changing absolutely nothing. Why? Well, because house centipedes don't nest in your walls. They aren't eating your pantry food. They are literally just following the real infestation. The population is just going to keep rebounding as long as their core needs are being met inside your home. The big takeaway here is that they only show up because your home is providing 2 things: the exact dampness they need to keep their exoskeletons hydrated and the smaller bugs they feed on. For moisture, you gotta understand they lose water through their exoskeleton rapidly, so they naturally gravitate to bathrooms, laundry rooms, and crawl spaces. For prey, remember, centipedes are hunters. They're actively looking for silverfish, cockroaches, spiders, ants, and flies. If you are seeing house centipedes, you almost certainly have an established population of these other bugs somewhere nearby. And this is exactly why they thrive year-round in San Diego. Depending on your specific neighborhood, your home is generating a localized microclimate that these bugs absolutely love. Because of our mild climate, there's no winter die-off. Think about the coastal neighborhoods like Ocean Beach and Pacific Beach. They deal with salt air humidity that keeps indoor moisture elevated even if you don't have a plumbing leak. Then you have older homes in areas like Mission Hills, North Park, and La Mesa, with aging plumbing and less insulated pipes creating this low-level dampness. And even in the drier inland areas like El Cajon and Santee, heavy irrigation right up against a home's foundation creates a perfectly moist microclimate right at ground level. Your specific environment might be putting out a literal welcome mat. Let's jump to Section 3. Are they actually dangerous? Fact versus fiction. Before we get to the removal steps, let's lower the anxiety levels a bit and talk about the actual threat level here. Seriously, you can breathe a huge sigh of relief here because they are not medically significant. Their jaws are actually too weak to break human skin, and they don't carry disease and they don't damage wood. Now, while they do have venom to paralyze the tiny bugs they eat, a rare pinch on a human feels like a mild bee sting, and that's only if you physically mishandle them. They don't contaminate your food, they don't ruin your fabrics. In fact, they act as genuine natural pest control in your garage or garden. Unless you have very young children or someone with a significant insect sting allergy where precaution is key, they're truly just a startling symptom, not a danger. All right, Section 4, the 5-step removal plan. Actionable steps. Enough background, it is time to shift gears into our brisk, no-fluff action plan to cure this underlying problem once and for all. Here is your exact battle plan. Step 1, cut the moisture. Step 2, eliminate the prey. Step 3,
seal entry points. Step 4, reduce harborage outside. And Step 5, call a pro. We are going to knock out the conditions that make your home a centipede resort. Let's break down the absolute most critical ones. For Step 1, your absolute target is getting your indoor humidity to 50% or below. 50%! You can do this by running exhaust fans, fixing those slow leaks under sinks, or using a dehumidifier. Make sure you run those bathroom fans during your shower and, importantly, for a full 30 minutes after. Check around your water heater and exterior baseboards for slow drips. Drying out the air deprives them of the hydration they desperately need to survive.
Now, Step 2 is the absolute anchor of this whole strategy. If you eliminate the silverfish and roaches, the centipede's food supply literally vanishes, and they will leave on their own. Without intervention, an underlying prey population usually grows. It doesn't shrink. By treating the silverfish and roaches directly, you shut down the buffet. Centipedes do not simply stay in a house with nothing to hunt.
Which brings us to Section 5, when to call a pro, final resort. Let's say you've done all the hard work. You've followed the steps, you've sealed gaps around your plumbing for Step 3, pulled the damp mulch 6 inches away from your foundation for Step 4, and yet they are still darting across your floor. Yeah, if you followed all the steps and you're still seeing them regularly, you need to bring in backup. A pest control pro won't just chase the centipedes you happen to see, they address the deep underlying bug populations and conditions driving the hunters inside. Exterminators can identify exactly where that prey population is concentrated in harbored zones, and they spot concealed moisture sources that just aren't obvious to the everyday homeowner. A single visit clearing out that true root cause usually resolves your centipede sightings in just a few weeks. So let me leave you with this question to think about. What other hidden pests are secretly drawing centipedes into your home right now? If the centipede is just the symptom, it's time to inspect your home and cure the real disease. Check those damp corners, look for the silverfish, and take back your space. Thanks for walking through this explainer with me today, and hey, happy bug hunting.